The war between Canada and the Republic of Texas had come to an end, leaving the continent in a state of flux. The defeated Texan nation faced the daunting task of reconstruction and reconciliation. Its cities lay in ruins, its economy shattered, and its people traumatized by the brutal conflict. Meanwhile, Canada, victorious yet weary, sought to stabilize the region and prevent further bloodshed. The Prime Minister of Canada, alongside key political leaders and diplomats from the Republic of Texas and other newly formed nations such as Pacifica and the Great Lakes Confederation, began the arduous process of normalizing relations. The initial steps towards peacebuilding involved diplomatic outreach and efforts to mend the rifts that had torn the continent apart. These leaders understood that the future of North America depended on their ability to cooperate and build a more stable, unified region. High-level diplomatic meetings and negotiations commenced, with representatives from Canada and its neighboring nations gathering to address lingering disputes. The talks were fraught with tension, but underscored by a shared commitment to move forward. Symbolic gestures of reconciliation played a significant role in these efforts. State visits, where leaders publicly embraced former foes, joint memorials honoring war victims, and cultural exchanges aimed at fostering mutual understanding and goodwill became common. Agreements were reached on economic cooperation, trade partnerships, and joint infrastructure projects. These initiatives were designed to promote mutual prosperity and regional development. The vision of a connected and cooperative North America began to take shape as trust slowly rebuilt among the once warring nations. The post-war period saw the emergence of a new era of regional cooperation and integration. Inspired by the European Union model, the North American nations formed alliances and economic blocs to address common challenges and ensure collective security and stability. The establishment of diplomatic forums and multilateral institutions facilitated dialogue, cooperation, and conflict resolution. Organizations like the North American Council and the North American Trade Bloc were created, bringing together political, economic, and security representatives from member nations. These bodies worked to harmonize policies, promote regional development, and foster a sense of shared destiny. The dream of a unified North America, once thought impossible, began to look attainable. With internal conflicts resolved and relations with its neighbors normalized, Canada emerged as the dominant political and economic power in North America. The country's leadership, exemplified by their Prime Minister, demonstrated a commitment to regional stability and global responsibility. Canada's influence grew on the international stage as it took on a leadership role in addressing regional and global issues. From climate change initiatives to peacekeeping missions, Canada became a beacon of diplomacy and cooperation. Ottawa, the nation's capital, transformed into a hub for international diplomacy and cooperation, drawing leaders and diplomats from around the world. Stability restored and cooperation strengthened. North America entered a period of peace and prosperity unprecedented in its history. Economic growth surged as barriers to trade and travel were lifted, fostering innovation and cultural exchange. Cities thrived, industries boomed, and the quality of life improved across the continent. The optimism that pervaded North America was palpable. People enjoyed increased opportunities and connectivity, benefiting from the collaborative efforts of their governments. The region's diverse cultures flourished in an environment of mutual respect and shared goals. North America, once torn apart by conflict, now stood as a model of unity and cooperation. As the nations of North America looked to the future, leaders, citizens, and historians reflected on the remarkable journey from conflict to cooperation. They acknowledged the lessons learned from the past, the importance of dialogue, the value of empathy, and the strength found in unity. The Canadian Prime Minister addressed the entire continent whenever speaking publicly, highlighting the shared values of peace, democracy, and prosperity that now define North America. He envisioned a region that stood as a beacon of hope and progress for the world, inspiring other nations to follow its example. The journey had been long and arduous, but the outcome was a testament to the resilience and determination of the people of North America. As they embraced their newfound unity and diversity, they looked forward to a future filled with promise, ready to face the challenges of a rapidly changing world together.